Hello and welcome to Quick Learn Photography, straight to the point videos that teach you everything that I've learned in over the last 10 years of professional photography. My name's James, and in this one I'm going to carry on with the series that I'm doing, the videos about starting a business with photography, making an income from it, whether you want to go full-time if you want to head that way, or in your spare time, or whatever, where you're treating it seriously now. This is going to be your profession, and you're going to start making money with it. Okay, so just tips and advice that I've learned over the years, the mistakes I've made that you won't have to make, hopefully, the highs and lows, things that you didn't even expect would happen. So just to get you prepared for that. So hopefully I'm talking to the person that is pretty good at photography now, and people are starting to say to you, you know, can I pay you? Can you do this job for me? And you're stepping up now into like, right, you're going to start earning money with photography. So, this one, and I kind of did a previous video on it, this one here called Expensive Camera Instant Results. This one might save you a lot of money. So if you think, like, right, I'm going to treat this seriously now, you've got a website, whatever, and you've got some gear, but I need better gear, you know, I need to spend really expensive money because some cameras are extortionate and so, well, expensive, and so are the lenses. And you think, I need better gear to be more professional, okay? This is kind of where it does and it doesn't it don't, whatever, but hear me out on this. So whatever camera gear you're using, if people are showing an interest and thinking, I want to pay you for this, then they've seen your work, perhaps on social media. It's good enough then. And they're not going to be like, well, that wasn't this type of camera or that type of lens, are they? They don't know. Clients do not know when they see the images. They don't know where those images come from. Now, I remember when I started, and I did get suckered into it a bit, you get to know other photographers or see other photographers that you might follow online, and they've got these whopping great big, really expensive high-end stuff, which is great, and it has its place. The camera I use is pretty high-end, the one that's videoing me. But I bought it for a specific reason, not because I wanted something that sounds a bit flash sort of thing. And there are cameras way more expensive than this one, but I don't need their capability for the type of work I do. So I would strongly recommend, like, carry on with whatever it is you're using because it's clearly working. People are showing an interest. But if you think, I want something with a bit better capability, perhaps say better autofocus, or better low light capability, then yes, start looking to step up a little bit. But don't be fooled by the latest, greatest things that say it's amazing. If you can afford it, great. I mean, you can claim it on tax as well, but just don't go too mad thinking it's going to make your work better. Straight away, I had a cheap, very basic entry level crop sensor camera when I first started, just as a hobby, and a kit lens and one little prime lens, and I was getting some pretty good stuff. And then when people started wanting to pay me, I went out and bought really high-end full frame stuff and f2.8 lenses and all that. And yeah, it cost a lot of money. And looking back, it was great, and it did its job, but I don't think I needed to go that mad straight away to get in the game. So it's just like building up, really. And obviously, if you're earning money from photography, you can put that towards the next piece of gear that you think is worth it. Don't buy gear just because Joe Blogs photographer that you know has got this system and it's like he does amazing photos, and you think, is it because of the gear? Don't be fooled by that, or don't try to compete with that either. Like, well, I need what they've got. You might not. You really might not. Some of the shots on like my website that have earned me money and paid the bills have been from really quite old systems, secondhand, or a lens that didn't cost a great deal at all. The clients don't know. So you've got to do your research on what you need. So whatever niche of photography you're thinking of getting into, say portrait work, or sorry, it's gone a bit dark here. Let's raise the aperture. Portrait work, landscape, sports, events, weddings, whatever it is. Then really research what you need. And you can start off with second-hand gear as well, as long as it comes with a good reputation or it's been thoroughly tested. But yeah, don't go too mad. If you get an f2.8 lens, they're third-party companies like Tamron and Sigma that do cheaper lenses than usually the brand lens to the camera brand. And you can start with that. And some prime lenses are quite cheap if you really need that low light capability. Look around for a 50mm 1.8. Most companies do really basic, cheap 50mm 1.8 lenses, okay? You can get other, say like I'm on Sony for instance, there's a 50mm 1.4 G master lenses. It costs an absolute fortune. It's like in the thousands, that thing, like nearly £2,000 last I looked, or 1,500 or something like that. But if you get the 50mm 1.8 Sony, it's like not a lot, like 100 and something pound. Yeah, the autofocus isn't good and professionals will pick it apart, go, oh, the chromatic aberration, all that, but your clients aren't going to know. They're really not, but you'll get that massive shallow depth of field. So if you need any advice on that, like you're not sure what to get started, get in touch. I offer online coaching and at the moment, the details are down below, and I'll see what sort of photography you want to do, and I can help you choose the right gear and where to get it from as well. It will save you a lot of money. So yeah, don't think that you need the best gear to be better. If you're already good at photography, you already know how to handle the exposure, the shutter speed, the aperture, a bit of lighting, the right focal length, that sort of thing. You've got a good eye, you know how to edit. You're already doing a good enough job. If you think you need to step up a little bit, don't go crazy, just get the next level up maybe. So like the Sony I use now, it's not much better than the one that I had previously, which I've got as a backup camera, but it's just the autofocus is better. There's a few other things, but the autofocus is much, much better. And with my line of work, when I do like events and things like that, or documentary, I found it has helped. It has, most photos are in focus because it's just that bit better than the previous model. But I built up my photography reputation and work and business on cameras that are not even a fraction as good as this one. So it is doable. You don't have to go and buy the latest, greatest gear. So yeah, just, and if you're not sure, like I said, get in touch, but just be careful not to splash out and buy what you see is like the best and it's crazy expensive, because it can get very, very expensive. Sorry, I've been rambling a bit on this one. So I hope this video helped, and I'm going to do some more videos on like how to become a professional photographer, what worked for me, where you can start making an income from it. Now, like I said before, if you need any coaching in any way, one-to-one, in person, on Zoom, online, then get in touch with the details below. Let me know what sort of photography requirements you need, whether it's advice or techniques or what gear to buy. And we can make an appointment and we can work together one-to-one if I can help you. And yeah, anything specific that you want. So I hope this video helps. Don't go crazy and go and buy really expensive gear because you think it's like going to make you better. But yeah, just be careful with that. So all the best with your photography journey. Thanks for watching.